Hello, star creators, planet makers, and friends. It's Natty. To bring some levity and fun, I wanted to make a more chill video sharing my thoughts on some K-pop releases. In this video, I will cover all the derivative groups and soloists who appeared in the second season of Boys Planet. This will be a very biased review of music releases, and I'll be ranking each of these debuts or comebacks based on whether or not I would add them to my playlist and if I've been listening to them personally. As such, this will mainly be a music review, not so much choreo and concepts. However, I will occasionally take that into consideration. In keeping with the Boys Planet theme, I'll be ranking them from no star to all star. Unlike the first season of Boys Planet, there were only 4-star levels in Boys 2 Planet, and so this review will follow the new season's classes. These are all my thoughts and are heavily influenced by my personal preferences, so don't take anything too seriously. I just wanted to share my thoughts on these releases and have a bit of fun. Okay, without further ado, let's go. No star. Number 10, Choco 1 and Choco 2, Gimme. Dear God, I really tried giving this song the benefit of the doubt. But ironically, the more time I sat with it, the more I found the song to be absolutely unbearable. In the same kind of nauseatingly annoying way, Internet Girl by Kasai uses the baby voice and repeats phrases like "eat zucchini." Gimme's chorus hurts my ears. One of my greatest pet peeves is when I can tell that a song was created to become a TikTok sound and not a piece of music, and unfortunately, I wouldn't even say that Gimme succeeds in that either. It's truly hard to listen to, and I would know as I had to listen to it on repeat while scripting this video. Sure, the raps by the Choco One boys are pretty good, but I don't think I would willingly subject myself to that god-awful chorus just to listen to their parts. Not only that, this release almost went completely under the radar for me if it wasn't for someone on my timeline mistakenly hearing Yechan say the N-word in the first verse. Even as a Korean person, I also heard it, so take that however you want. All I will say is that this song doesn't have a lot of redeeming qualities, if any. It sounds like a horde of flies swarming and trying to rob you, pestering you and asking for you to give them your money. Instead of coming off as nonchalant and cool, it feels more like if your taller cousin were pulling on your pant leg and asking if you had games on your phone. It's the kind of song that I would be embarrassed to be caught listening to. The humiliation. I would be afraid of what that person would think of me. Would they think I was an immature Fortnite child, an iPad kid, a lover of Teen Titans Go? Truly, I cannot fathom a scenario where I'd want to listen to this song for my own enjoyment. Gimme gives me a headache, and no amount of wanting to support the Choco One Boys could change my mind on that fact. 1 star. Number 9, Hezhongxing, Pina Colada. Honestly, this song isn't as bad as I thought it would be. The MV does feel like it was made with $5 in a dream. It's very rough around the edges, but I can't say that it's unbearable to listen to. Sometimes I question if it can be classified as a song at all or not. It's just a lot of mumbling to a beat, but sure, I'll take it. Just like its title, this song feels maybe more than a few drinks away from being sober. This song sounds the way being shit-faced drunk feels like. The MV mirrors this too, as it's mainly just blurry close-up shots and flashing colors. It's like I'm experiencing sleep paralysis with a cologne ad playing in the background, hearing the distorted sounds of a man whispering into the mic and the lazy beat of someone's idea of what masculine sex appeal should sound like. Flashing colors, sequins, the midnight skyline. This song does not care what you think about it, and I think it really fits the artist who sings it. This is Hezhongxing's world, and we're just living in it. I can't really imagine myself going out of my way to listen to this song, but I respect the fact that it gives no fucks about what I or anyone has to say about it. It feels like the kind of song that would be played way too loud in a club, where you can barely see anything courtesy of the sparse neon lighting. It feels like getting drunk on cheap liquor and reckless abandon. It's not for me, but I respect the artistry and direction to just do whatever you want with whatever you have. Number 8, Tunexx, I'm Alive. I feel so conflicted about this song. Much of it feels so unmelodic. It feels like the song is meandering around trying to find its sound as if the song is not quite sure about what it's supposed to be. Best way I can describe it is that the song, and I am purely talking about the song and the song alone, outside of visuals, sounds like someone's stream of consciousness. The song doesn't really pause to breathe, but by doing so, it lacks emphasis and dynamism. I had to listen to this song multiple times to find the chorus, I'm not joking. I can't even say that this song has an anti-drop because, well, there aren't enough fluctuations in energy to say that there was a drop. everything stays in the same range, which gives the general impression of it being monotonous. Although skillfully done, the rap sections follow the same flow and cadence each time. I'm never left in anticipation or at the edge of my seat. I was waiting for the drop, the switch up, the build up, I don't know, just for something to catch me off guard. But I was left underwhelmed. Everything was so predictable. It felt more like a merry-go-round and less like a roller coaster. We were running in circles, and I was just left wondering when the ride was going to end. I know that all of this can sound really negative, and believe me, I didn't want it to be. I had a lot of hope and really wanted to like this song to support our Boys to Planet alumni, but I couldn't help but think that the song was being carried by Dongyu and Zeon. And if I'm being honest, I felt like the start of the song sounds eerily like Tap by Taeyong. I'm not saying they plagiarized or anything, but it might explain why I feel like this song is too familiar and nothing new. But I'll let you decide and you let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm saucing on you. 달콤하고 king spice like a beating 라면. You addicted, I'm sweating on you. You like the dance while spreading on the floor, you know. 길이 막히면 난 벽을 타지 for no reason. 시커머니 하늘을 그리며 길을 찾네. 세상 속도를 피해 난 거꾸로 걸어가는 길이 없는 길 위에서 난 또 춤을 추네.
I liked watching the stages to see Dongyu, Inhu, Arctic, Taida, Sungjun, and Zeon in action. But I can't lie, it was hard to focus on them when I could see Shihwan huffing and puffing in the background, struggling to keep up with the group, which led to some obvious voice cracks, despite supposedly being the main vocalist.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyways, back to the song. If I had to point out my least favorite creative choice for the song, it's gotta be that ending. Frankly, that ending is criminal. What do you mean you showcase Dongyu's vocals just to end the song? Don't get my hopes up for nothing. Come on. When I said in my review of Freak Alarm that I dislike when K-pop songs just peter out instead of having a solid ending, this is exactly what I mean by that. It's like they couldn't come up with a way to wrap the song up, so it just fizzles out, which is so disappointing and doesn't really make me want to re-listen. And I know it's meant to be a transition to the next song in the EP, but why do that in the title track? When they are on music shows, it just sounds like someone slowly cut the sound out. I feel like no one thought this through. Like clearly, there were no checks and balances, no one to speak up to share some concerns. It all feels so hasty, despite clearly having lots of time to make this happen and make it good. Ice-T Entertainment, please do better. Why? Because the Tunexx members deserve better. I'm upset for them. My gosh. Anyways. Number 7. Whib, Rock the Nation. I acknowledge how talented the members are, but I feel like this song doesn't really service them. The song doesn't have a lot of substance. It's loud and brash and strong, but it doesn't feel like Whib. I can give their team props for the music video, but if I were to listen to the song alone, it feels so incredibly hollow and aimless. It's a fight song, and yet it's lacking the sizzle. It feels emptier than I would expect for an anthem-like song. Where is the pounding heartbeat of this song? Where is this driving energy? It's like there is something missing in the formula. If A plus B equals C, we have C, but I feel like we lost A or B along the way. When I think of K-pop anthems, I think of Halazia by ATEEZ and On by BTS, which have the ability to get my blood pumping and make me feel like an immortal deity. It makes me feel invincible and like I hold the power of the world in the palm of my hand. Rock the Nation doesn't inspire such feelings, and I cannot help but think that it's disappointing. I feel like this was Whib's big chance to attract so many fans, and yet they fell short. I'm not saying that I needed something awe-inspiring, I just wanted something that felt like it represented and showcased the members' talents well. Which Rock the Nation is not. 2-star. Number 6. Jang Haneum, Cartoon. Wow, Jang Haneum. Listening to the solo music he has released, I can't help but think that his talents weren't well showcased on Boys to Planet. Truly, how do they manage to hide a gem like him? His voice, his breath control, his range. Haneum's voice is refreshing, yet airy and rich, like a sip of a milkshake, foam collecting on the top of your lip on a hot summer day. His tone is unbelievably sweet, showcasing one of the strongest falsettos I've heard in the 5th generation. I love the way Cartoon swells and floats alongside Haneum's voice, as if he is taking our hand and leading us to the clouds. It reminds me of that scene in Spirited Away where Chihiro and Haku are falling together in the sky. Number 5. Yoon Min, Trust Me. Well done, really. Yoon Min is so incredibly talented, and the music he has released fits him so well. I cannot really imagine him anywhere else than as a soloist. The only reason why this isn't ranked higher is because I don't really listen to this song that much. It's not my style, but I can acknowledge that it was well crafted and made with love. And also, I just think that Yoon Min is an incredibly skilled human being who deserves the world and more. Number 4. Verivery, Red, Begging. When I first listened to this song, I was off-put by the inclusion of the sample from Måneskin's Begging. As someone who loved the original, it felt odd to hear it in a K-pop song. Even now, I feel like this song would have been better without the inclusion. Why this song is so high-ranked is because I truly love parts of this song. Gaehyun has a way of commanding you into his orbit, and I cannot deny that Kangmin's got it. These are practice idols, and they know how to do K-pop well. The pre-chorus always hits so hard, and it's sadly also why I find the chorus to be so lackluster. I want some kind of crashing, yearning, sanguine-tinted chorus, and yet, we're given the sample from Måneskin. I feel like this use of the inclusion is out of place and contrasts so heavily with the rest of the song. Perhaps if I didn't know the original, I wouldn't be so irked by it, but I am, and so the song remains at 2 stars for now. All-Star, number 3, Ryan and Andrew. I am not even joking when I say that I was playing Adojin on repeat after the end of Boys to Planet for over a month. Are the lyrics kind of generic? Oh, definitely. Do I care? Not really. I'd be eating chicken nuggets, I'd be feeling better. It's groovy and feels so refreshing to hear. It's not revolutionary, but it isn't trying to be. It sticks to K-R&B and does it well. That's something that I really respect. I think my bias is really showing when I say that Adojin is so addicting. Something about the ebb and flow between rap and singing, sections that rely on tempo versus those that rely on melody just feels so satisfying. As for Boys Plan and Boys 2 Plan, both are absolutely well done and feature Andrew and Ryan's capabilities well. I love how Andrew wasn't afraid to change the song to suit his tastes, letting his soulfulness be a prominent feature rather than taking the backseat. I still prefer Ryan's original only because the lyrics fit the song, whereas some of Andrew's lyrical changes seem awkward where words have too many syllables or don't rhyme the way they do in the original. This is expected, but I just wanted to point it out. Overall, I love these two and I can't wait to see what WAYF has in store. As a Korean Canadian, I respect you two. Gyeopos represent! Number 2, Chae Liu. Liu knows his audience and what they like. You is unapologetically cute and such a perfect fit for Liu. Like a fluffy jellycat plushie, Liu's soft voice wraps you around in a warm embrace. It's meant to follow you, a little jingle love song that makes your heart swell and flutter. The song is such an easy listen with multiple catchy parts, such as My heart's all in, no full, no exit, 우리 같이, 둘이 맞지. The song is simple. It's not blowing my mind and trying to be innovative. It's just an endearing, well-made fan song, and who could be mad with that? After watching this solo debut, I would find it hard for anyone to deny that Liu has the idol look. He has star quality and star power. Even with a sweet smile, he can make someone swoon. He's just easy to love, and that's what an idol needs to be, a comforting artist for their fans. The fans want a reason to smile? Well, Liu delivers. The music video is so sweet. Him as the little prince and dreaming about himself while hiding in his bed. He's got me. If his heart is all in, I'd have to say mine is too. Like, please, just look at this wide-eyed bunny self look and tell me you don't see the appeal. And wow, I'm a sucker for a cute concept. This song snuck its way onto my playlist, right behind Cinnamon Shake from Aldi One, and it hasn't left since. No notes truly. FNC really cooked with this one, and I cannot wait to see what Liu and Woojin are going to do as a duo. Number 1, Dakbi, Irony. And my one pick for Best Derivative Boys to Planet music release goes to Dakbi's Irony. Truly, if at this point you have not checked out Dakbi, I highly encourage you to check their stuff out. They even were on another survival show called Peak Time, and all of their performances on that show were some of the best I've ever seen. And I say this as a seasoned survival show watcher. Their energy, their sheer talent, their passion for the art, these boys have got it. If you want to see idol perfection, like choreo, stage presence, music quality, visuals, please look into Dakubi. Their music is great. I know that I didn't really mention the EPs or albums associated with these releases, but I can attest that the Emotion EP for this comeback is Chef's Kiss. Mwah. If you want to smile, just go check out their music show stages for this era. My favorite thing is when I can tell that idols love their job and love being on stage. That kind of pure happiness is so incredibly infectious, and with the way the world is right now, I think all of us need a reason to smile and laugh. Dakubi just exemplifies everything I love about my culture, my people, and K-pop in its entirety. They're so resilient. I love good quality music that's fun, not afraid to stick to an artist's sound, and if you need any other reason to check out this release, well, Jun choreographed this song, so you know it's gonna hit. These members are so incredibly talented, and it hurts my heart to see that they've been struggling. Recent news has revealed that the members have made $0 in the past 7 years of their career. So please, show them some support. I can't lose a group this good. The talent, the humor, the artistry. Dakubi has stolen my heart, and if I could, I would give them all the stars in the galaxy. But for now, I guess All Star will have to suffice. And that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you to those who have followed me since the very beginning, from the first video I posted on this channel. It really means a lot to know that I have connected with so many of you and that I get to share my thoughts on K-pop with all of you. If I can be vulnerable for a second, I wanted to say that it's so special to see so many people all across the world listening and enjoying K-pop. As some of you may know, I'm Korean Canadian, and I didn't have many people around me growing up who had the same interests as me. K-pop was my little way of staying connected with my culture. It was something I felt like I had to enjoy alone. But now, being able to meet all of you and have conversations through my videos has allowed me to find a community of people who love the same culture and music I enjoy. That's something that I am so grateful for. So truly, to all the people who've engaged in my content, thank you, and I hope to continue to make videos so I can foster this little ecosystem we've created together. Love you all. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.